We're going to cover a lot of different things. We're going to get this asteroid into our Unity project, and we're going to texturize it. Okay, so let's do that. So let's go back to our Unity project. We have our emoji, our doodle jump scene here. Let's create a new scene. So from assets, I went to scene. You're going to control click, okay, and then create a scene. Okay, create the scene, and we're going to call this one Asteroid 3D. What is it? 3D. Okay. Now let's open up that scene, and there you have a blank scene. Now let's go back to the assets folder. So I'm in the assets folder now. So I went from the scenes folder back into the assets, and I'm going to create a new folder, and we're going to call this folder. Let's go create folder. I right-clicked or control-click to get to this window and get to folder, and we are going to create a folder called models. Okay, now we are going to export our model of the asteroid into this folder. So let's do that. So we're going to go back to Blender, and we'll go file, but to get that in there appropriately for our game, we need to go file, export, and we're going to pick FBX. Okay, that's the format that we're going to use for what we're doing now. When you first do this, you're going to see that all of these are highlighted, and we don't want that. You definitely, if you accidentally forgot to delete your camera and your lighting, you definitely do not want those in there. So we're just going to pick the mesh, and I click other. Not even sure what that brings with it, but we go mesh and other, and I've already saved it as asteroid, so it fills it in FBX. And now you're going to have to learn how to navigate through these. Through your computer using these buttons. It might be a little different than what you're used to, but you figure that out pretty easily. And then I'm going to go into that models folder, and you can see I'm in my Emoji Madness Assets Models folder, and then I'm going to hit export. And now let's see what happened in Unity. It's now available to me in Unity. So I open up models, and let's take a look here. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to undo what I do, and then I'm going to redo it. So if I drag the asteroid on here, let's see where it sets it. It set it at the X coordinate of -22 and 13. I'm going to push Command Z. I just wanted to show you something, that if I click it into this hierarchy, it's set it at 0, 0, 0. Sometimes that's a cleaner thing to do. Okay, so it's good to know. Okay, so now let's go to assets, and I'm going to create a new material for this asteroid. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to right click. Well, I already have a material called rock. I was doing that off screen. Let's go create material right here, and we'll call it asteroid material. Asteroid. A lot of people write mat, but I'll spell it all out. Asteroid material. So if I take this asteroid, click the asteroid, and now I could drag this onto there, and then I have asteroid material there. And so now let's, we want to make it look like a rock. So you guys are going to play around in Photoshop. So we're going to open up Photoshop, and usually there's this generate image here. I want you guys to use this, play around with this AI image generator. And I had to look off screen, how do you find this window? I did find out that you can go to edit and generate image here, and it'll pop open this window. So I'm going to type in here, I'm going to write rock texture. You play around with your prompt and see what works. So rock texture, and hit generate, and it's going to generate something. And of course it's not going to be perfect when you first make it, and so you could play around with it, and then you can edit it, and you could do different things. So it gives you a few choices here. Okay, and this isn't actually what I was expecting, but you could play around with this for the sake of the tutorial. I'm just going to move on. This is the window I was talking about that I thought would already be there when I opened up Photoshop, but I found it by going edit, generate image. Okay, so now you're going to export this, and you're going to export it into your assets folder. I guess I'll put it in the I'm gonna, let me see, rock texture, and I'm gonna save this into my emoji, just assets, materials folder, or graphics. I guess I'll put it in the graphics folder. Could put it in materials. That would make sense. You organize it the way you want. Okay, so now I've got that in there, right? And so I'm going to go to Unity, and so I have my asteroid. I've got my material here. My material. And let's see if I click albedo, what can I select? I could select this rock texture, and there it puts it on there. Okay, so my asteroid material now has that rock texture on there, and it actually looks, pretty cool, right? You could zoom in on it, and there you have it. So let's do all that. Eventually, we'll turn this into a prefab, and we will spawn these asteroids, and they'll come flying at the screen. You'll have to click to defend yourself. Okay, have fun. Oh, make sure you save this. Have fun putting your asteroid into your scene. Have fun.